What's up everybody, Higgsbo here, and today I'm finally gonna do the video on my opinion about these backpacks that have been released. And we're gonna go down deep into some sciencing with each and every one of these backpacks. Now, I have done some testing with the backpacks prior to this video, and I already took out my conclusion before the video, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys form your own point of views and your own opinions based on the results that I'm going to show you today. That being said, let's get started. We pretty much select the backpack size on your character menu, where you go to backpack size. As you can see, it has no backpack, and we can choose a small backpack, we can choose medium backpack, or we can choose large backpack. Now I'm going to go ahead and decide to start with the large backpack first, so you guys can see the difference when it comes to noise and detection. Now, if you notice I'm standing still right now, pretty much just out in the open. If you look to my bottom right hand side, you will see that I'm making zero sound and that I am half visible or partial visible. Now, the moment you start to walk, you start to create noise. This is the normal noise you create from scratch as you are walking standing up. The moment you go into crouch, you do a very minimal sound compared to when you're walking up, upright. When you go into prone, you go into a deeper state of sound reduction. As you guys can see, I'm not making any sounds right now.
I saw some tracks in that area earlier this morning. Hold on, I'll send the coordinates.
No, thank you. Okay, so as you guys can see, my detection, your detection is reduced the moment you prone. So when you prone, your detection goes down and your noise goes down as well. So if you're walking up on, completely upright and you're just walking, you're completely visible. The circle is completely lit and your soundbar is completely full. Now the soundbar has two colors. It has red and then has regular white. So based on my personal experience, when you go into the red, you start to scare off things that are 100 meters away, 150 meters away. You start to scare them off at that distance. 2 red bars means you're scaring things off 150, 175 meters away when you're in the 2 red bars. 3 red bars, you're pretty much scaring everything with a 300 meter radius around you. So obviously 3 red bars is just extremely horrible, and it is not optimal for hunting whatsoever. That's not where we want to be. Where we want to be is in the white, and we want to be reduced as much as possible. However, with the introduction to these backpacks, we get the choice of increasing our backpacks, but with the slight downside of increasing our noise and detection meters. Now, as you guys have been able to tell, I don't have a backpack on, and this is what it pretty much looks like. My personal favorite thing to do when I'm hunting is I like to get under trees because they provide the best protection against detection to anything, as you guys are going to tell. Now, my detection meter is completely non-existent. It's grayed out. That means I'm completely invisible, sorry. And my sound meter, if I walk, I start to create a little bit of sound, maybe 1 bar. This is very optimal. This is the optimal place you want to be whenever you're stalking, or whenever you're trying to lure in that buck or that doe that you want to shoot. Now, as you guys have been able to tell, the sound is very minimal, no backpack. Now, how much do these backpacks actually impact you while you're in game? Well, that's exactly what we're about to find out. And we're going to start with the largest backpack so you guys can see the largest amount of difference. So let's go ahead and come in here, and we're gonna go to our characters, and we're gonna select the large backpack. And the large backpack increases your carrying capacity by 9, which allows you the ability to have a tent and a ground blind both on you, while you have 3 weapons and a variety of sounds or colors. So this thing is noise 7 and visibility 5. So let's go ahead and do this. Accept. Yes. And we have the backpack on already. So we're standing still, and we're already generating 2 bars. So what does that translate to when you're walking in an upright position? Well, this is what it translates to. So if you look at the bottom right hand side, you're gonna see I'm already creating 1 red bar, and I'm just walking. If I'm running, I'm creating 2 red bars. Anything within 150 miles or 150 meters, sorry, is pretty much spooked at this point just by running. So how much can we reduce that by actually crouching? So this is what you will expect. If you're crouching, you're pretty much creating all 3 bars not red. So if you go crouched or if you go prone, you're creating 2 bars of noise, and you're being half visible. So that is a very, very high significant increase when it comes to noise and detection. So let's go back to my favorite spot, which is going to be the best testing grounds for this experiment that we're doing. And once you go over here, this is me crouching, by the way. And okay, let's go full upright. Moving through bushes and stuff like that, I'm creating 2 red bars. Like, this is pretty crazy. This is insane. So let's go ahead and let's go back to our original place. Okay, we're completely invisible, and we're standing still. We're standing still under a tree, completely invisible, and we're regenerating 2 sound bars. So what does that tell you? That tells you that even while you're standing still, you're creating noise with this backpack on. So my recommendations, if you're a bow hunter, I do not recommend you have this backpack. Or if you're going to be placing down tents or ground blinds, and you know this, then you're most likely going to be using the ATV, and at that point noise doesn't really matter because you're not going to be hunting. So you're more than welcome to use the large backpack, so you can carry more tents and more ground blinds. You can more efficiently place them down around the map. But if you're hunting, I do not recommend this backpack. This is the large backpack, and it generates an insane amounts of noise. So let's go ahead and let's go down a notch and go down to the medium. Alright, so medium. Let's go to this medium and accept. Yes, accept. Alright, so the medium backpack is generating 1 soundbar pretty much. So it's not too bad. Something I failed to mention also. The medium one gives 5 noise and increases visibility by 3, and it gives you a 6 carrying capacity, so it goes by increments of 3 basically. So this one generates 1 soundbar. So what does that translate to? Translates to 1 red bar, still with a medium, while you're walking upright, and a complete visibility bar. So if you crouch, you go back to 1 bar, and if you're moving, now you're creating 2 bars. So you're creating 2 bars while you're crouched and moving. And if you go prone, you're creating 2 bars. Now if you guys remember when we first started this test, without a backpack you create 0 sound movements when you're moving like this through the middle of the road. If you were to move around bushes or so, so on and so forth, then you will create an additional amount of noise. So these backpacks definitely increase your visibility, and they increase your ability to be detected by sound. So keep in mind and be very vigilant on where you use these backpacks, and only use them if they're absolutely necessary. So let's go back to our little testing grounds here, and we're gonna go back and do the same thing. We're gonna go crouch. Now we're completely invisible, and we're creating 2 bars while we're standing still, completely invisible. If we crouch, we're still creating 2 bars. So there's a pretty big significance in the sound that you create with any backpack on. The visibility actually is not affected by being on the bottom of a tree, so you could still get away with being in the bottom of a tree, but your noise might give you away. So this is another backpack that I do not recommend people use if you're a bow hunter and you got to get close to be able to make your shots. So let's go ahead and try the small pack, which adds 3 slots. Now 3 slots might not sound like a lot, but it might actually increase your ability to take an extra 3 callers, or an ability to take a blind with you, or maybe some extra equipment such as odor eliminators or scents. But let's go down to a small. Now this is the small, and it has a noise increase of 3 and visibility of 1. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it also doesn't give you a lot of room with carrying. So we're gonna go ahead and try it regardless. Now we have the small one. The small one doesn't do that much difference from your regular one. As you guys could tell, no noise is being produced by this, and the visibility is fairly okay. Now when we move, this is what we do. This is what we produce when we're moving. We're moving and we're producing the same amounts of noise that we were if we didn't have anything on. And when we go crouch, we produce 2 bars, which is normal. And then we go prone, and we still create 0 sound when we're prone. So this is basically like if you didn't have a pack at all, and it gives you the ability to increase your total pack size by 3 pounds. So this is going to be the best option for people who want to carry an additional amount of things on your trips, but you don't want to sacrifice too much on your noise and your visibility meters. Let's go back to our hunting grounds here, or our testing grounds, and we go completely invisible, and we have 1 bar. 1 bar is what we have here, which is not a lot. It actually increases our sound by a little, but we already knew this prior to putting on the backpack, so this is not that bad. If there is a pack that I would recommend anybody to go out with if you needed more space, it would be this one, the small pack. I wouldn't use any of the other 2 unless you were hunting with a rifle, hunting with from farther away, or if you were just going around placing down tents or placing down ground blinds. As you guys can tell, the small pack is the most optimal one for your detection. Pretty much, it's the one that decreases your detection the most, gives you the ability to carry an extra 3 items, and it's almost as if you did not have anything on at all. Now we're going to go ahead and take this off, and we're going to go ahead and try it again. So even while you're running, you only get 1 red bar as opposed to 2 red bars with both of the other ones. So let's try this without. No backpack. Alright, so let's go back to no backpack. And as you guys can tell, same result. No noise is being generated. We walk, and while we're walking, we're getting 3 bars. we're being completely visible because we're out in the open. And if you go crouch, you get 0 bars. And then if you go prone, okay, I am back. I had to drink some water. My throat was actually getting kind of raspy. And so back to what we were saying. As you could see, the crouching, we're not making any noise. It's pretty much almost identical to wearing the small pack. So let's go back over here to the testing area. And this is without a backpack. This is what you expect without a backpack. No noise and completely invisible. With the small pack, you are making a small amount of noise, which is not bad. And without a backpack, you make no noise whatsoever. So there you have it. Hopefully guys, this video has given you guys who maybe don't have the capital to invest in all 3 bags, to see which of these bags is going to help you out in your hunting the most. Because I do understand some of you guys might be new entering the game and you don't have 60, 70, 80,000 in-game currency to be able to test out these things, and that's pretty much what I'm here for. And I hope this video helps you guys out and helps you make the decision that you need when you're out hunting, so you can enjoy the game a lot better. That being said guys, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to leave that like, subscribe if you haven't done so, and as always, this has been Higgsbo, and I'll see you guys next time.